Actually, what these two gentlemen are talking about actually shows how the story of the Star of Bethlehem and all that Jesus' birth is kind of jacked up and doesn't fit to history, nor does it even fit to the Gospels of Matthew and Luke to indicate a true story. That this story is told, however, based on the perception of the author itself. Man Curtis points out the fact that Herod had died in 4 BC. So Herod would have never met Jesus because that's 4 years before he was born. Now, neither story actually talks about Herod meeting Jesus. So Michael is correct that Herod never met Jesus, but he's saying that the rationale is because Joseph and Mary had left Bethlehem. But both of you guys are right, and at the same time a little bit wrong. All right, and let me go deeper into it. According to the Roman historians, Quintius was sent down to tax the people, give and do a census, so he can establish what the Roman taxation should be in the land of Judea, and to settle Herod's estates, and he had passed away, and to establish a new puppet regime in Judea. So Herod would have been dead during the time frame that Yeshua would have been born. So the story of them coming and talking to Herod and then going down to Bethlehem is off, because it says that they talked to Herod. Herod then told them that the baby Jesus would have been born in Bethlehem. They went down to Bethlehem, which is only about 45 miles, I think, or something like that. This is not a long trip, southwest. And when they got there, they met a little child. They say it was a little boy, so indicating that he was some years old. So this didn't happen during the time frame that Herod was alive. You get that? It couldn't have happened during the time frame that Herod was alive. It had to have been Herod's son who would have been alive. But according to your two different Gospels, one says that there was a baby Jesus, and that after 8 days, Mary and Joseph went to Jerusalem to consecrate Jesus, give him his name, and then they went back to Nazareth. Whereas the other story said that they left Bethlehem and they went down to Egypt. So how could the wise men have met a young boy named Jesus in Bethlehem when either he was a baby and then they went to Jerusalem, or he was a young boy, but by the time he's a young boy, he's not in Bethlehem. He's either in Nazareth or he's in Egypt. So you see how this story is a fabrication, and it doesn't match up with anything that we have in history that would make this a true story. Because the story is falsified and written so that people will fall into a new form of Judaism, because the form of Judaism was causing revolts all within the Roman Empire, and Vespasian had to shut that mess down. So it's not a true story at all.